Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Word Up, the class all about poetry, spoken word, and short stories. All right, Word Up. Today we are going to just wait a couple of minutes to see if anybody else is going to chime in. However, good morning, Miss Jean Harris. Thank you for joining. Um, I would like to say, first of all, that I have put a few things in the chat so that you can, if you wanted to grab a pen and paper to record the information that I have for you in the chat, then this would be a good time to do that. Feel free, go ahead. Remember, you always want to keep some paper and pen handy. All right. So today the chat reads, Word up, greetings to everyone. I hope you all are feeling well, full of light, creative, and ready to write. So even in that sense of beginning a greeting for you all, I found some type of way to actually make it rhyme. So I have my contact info available for you all. It's kimberly.wright@fultoncountyga.gov. And also I have three poetry prompts today. The poetry prompts are just to give you ideas, something to jumpstart you or give you inspiration or encouragement to write upon. And also just continue to write anything that flows out of your being, your soul. And so today's poetry prompts are, we have number one, cold water. It says, what feelings do you associate with cold water? Maybe it's a refreshing cold glass of water on a hot day. Or maybe you imagine the feelings associated with being plunged into the icy river in the winter. All right, that's our first prompt for today. And our second poetry prompt is called How To. Just because I have titles for these prompts, when you present them in the spoken word portion of our classes, you can name your pieces whatever you want to. You don't have to say, for the first one, you don't have to say mine is called cold water, although if you want to refer to the fact that your piece came from the cold water prompt, then feel free, but other than that, you can name it what you want to. All right, so we are on 2 for the prompt. It's called How To. So it says, write a poem on how to do something mundane most people take for granted, such as how to tie your shoes, how to turn on a lamp, or how to pour a cup of coffee. So that's our second prompt. And then we have one more prompt for today. I just feel like 3 should be enough to get you jump started, because we have so many other topics that we were already working on. The third prompt is called Last Words. Last words. Use the last sentence from the nearest book that you can find as your inspiration for the first line of your poem. Welcome again, everybody. All right. So I was saying to everybody in the chat that first of all, I'd like to say word up to the people who just tuned in. And I said to everybody, greetings to everyone. I hope you all are feeling well, full of light, creative, and ready to write. So again, even in my greeting, I made sure to make it poetic. So, however, anybody want to comment or I guess I just want to ask, did you enjoy the guest speaker, Mr. Lawrence A. Brown, that we had last week?
Yes.
Yes.
He was wonderful.
Yeah, I really do enjoy his poetry. I told him that it's like really down to earth. You can really relate to what he's saying, and I guess kind of visualize.
Kim, he was so sincere. Excuse me. He was so sincere. And when we read our poetry, when Vicky read her, he was listening. It was just, he's just a good person.
Yeah, he is. And I asked him if he wants, I invited him to the class, if he wants to join us again. He's free to do that. So
May I read a poem? I want to read a poem I wrote, if you guys will listen.
I want to come and
I want to ask you, do you mean for your video to be turned off, Ms. Jean?
Is it on?
Off. We cannot see.
I believe you said that on open mic.
No, Miss Jean, you turned your microphone off. Okay.
Okay, am I on?
No, ma'am.
Oh, am I on?
No, ma'am. It's now you're on.
Oh, that's my picture. I didn't want that. Anyway,
If you don't want to be seen, it's no problem.
Okay, it's a poem on the pandemic. May I read it to you guys real fast?
Yes, does it have a title?
Yes, it does. A poem for the pandemic.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, now is the time to be steadfast and clear, to realize that God is forever near. Yes, the corona is here, taking the lives of those we hold dear. But it is not a time to feel rejection, but a time for sincere and conscientious reflection. A time to find the authentic you, where you look deep inside and start to renew. A time to realize that what is happening is for the best, and what happens to all of us affects the rest. This time to use for deep, deep reflection, to think, to feel without deception. So relax, pause, and try to recall that what happens to one happens to all.
Pretty.
I worked hard on that one.
That's really good.
Thank you.
I like how after you finished your poem, you just shut the light off, like
Yeah.
like you just stepped off the stage or something.
I know it, you guys. I need your prayers. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thomas Bird was my son-in-law, the actor who was killed.
Oh no.
Yes. Yeah. So this class has really helped me. We're planning next week. We're going to do a lot of things, but for him to be killed, I was the first to find out. The detective told me first. It's been an awful week. But thank you guys for being there. So please send up prayers for all of us.
I sure will.
Thank you.
I had wrote something on my Facebook page about him.
Oh, good.
Because I don't know why it just upsetted me so.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was just telling people on my Facebook page that we as a Black people need to stop killing each other.
I don't know. We don't even know who. They don't know who it was.
I know they don't, but I know the area. I know 98% of the time it was probably another Black person.
Might have been. Yeah. Okay.
But like I said, we just need to stop. We just stop.
We do. Thank you. We'll go on.
Okay.
Anybody have
it just touched me so.
Thank you.
Yes, it was very touching. I was like, I need to get myself together,
yes.
But I almost like sort of got emotional, like a couple of tears, because I cried out here one time. It was so funny in a way to me. Like, you know how you see those movies that are tears.
Yes.
Yeah.
All in front of the movie crying, saying, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm crying like this." But that's just how life is.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a like profound experience to have you being emotional. It could be just actual words. It could be somebody that just smiled and touched your spirit for the day. So
Yeah.
yes, keep up the good work. Does anybody have another piece they would like to share?
Well, I do.
Okay.
I struggled with this for so long, but my son, who comes every other day to visit, he gave me the perfect thing to do, and I don't know why I couldn't think of it. You had asked us to. It's the shape poem,
Yes, shape.
Yeah, the one that you asked us to draw a shape of something, and
But did you want to be on the video, Miss Dawson?
well, I can't be because I don't have a camera.
Okay, no problem. Keep going. What shape did you draw?
Well, I drew a book, okay? And my son told me, he said, Mama, why are you struggling with this? What's the one thing you love to do? Everywhere you go, you do it. And I said, well, read. He said, well, why don't you draw a book? And he said, it's not hard to draw. He said, and explain why you love the book so much, why you love to read so much. Perfect. So I drew a book, triangle showing the little leafy pages on the right-hand side, and a binder on the left-hand side. And the title of this is The Places You Could Go.
The places you could go?
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, the places you can go.
Okay.
And it reads like this. Some people hold me near. I can take you anywhere, to distant countries and past times, even into the future, through your mind. We can go through deserts, across mountains, even travel through snowstorms. We can sail the ocean blue or the green seas. I can help you learn or get away. My words can be many or few, thought-provoking, make you laugh out loud and cry like a baby. You will enjoy cold nights with me and a snuggie. Come open me and learn. Visit, visit, think, smile, laugh, cry, and grow. Almost every movie starts with me. Secrets are hidden in me. I am the best drug ever. And guess what? You can get me for free. I was thinking about the library when I said that, and that's my point, my shape point.
That's very, very touching. I really love it. And it made me personally think about a book in a different way, like a book is my friend. Like,
Right.
anybody else have a comment?
I have a poem. I don't know
Thank you
what
so
kind of
much, Ms.
poem it is.
Jonathan. That was so beautiful. I really love the content. That was really, really nice. Thank you so much. Who said they had a poem?
Me?
Miss Shanette.
Yes. You ready? You can tell me what it is when I finish.
1 second. It seems like somebody making some noise, I think. Okay, maybe they just muted themselves. All right. Ready, love.
Who is that man? That man in the White House.
I'm so sorry. Did you have a title, love, or you don't have a title?
I guess you can say, who is that man? That's my title.
Okay, who is that man?
Okay. Okay. Who is that man? That man in the White House. Oh, who is he? That man doesn't seem to be a victory. Oh, how did he get there? Lies, confusion, dishonesty, flip-flop, back and forth. Oh, how can it be? That man in the White House loves to point his fingers at others when it is really he. Wait a minute. Okay, police brutality, unrest, global warming, coronavirus, fires. What will he do that? I mean, what will he do that, man in the White House? Okay. Oh, please tell me the truth. It's short. I had some more, but that's enough.
It's okay.
Wait a minute, let me see
You
what
don't
else.
want to read the rest?
No. Well, he's supposed to have the virus now. I thought it was some more stuff. I said he's supposed to. I don't believe it, but he's
I don't
supposed
either.
to.
I don't either.
Nobody believes that. Nobody believes
I
that.
don't believe it.
He
However,
likes to be the first to say, I had it, but look at me, you know, he's all right, you know. You don't want nobody to believe. I mean, I just let it go right there.
All right.
And
okay,
I thought,
Did you understand what I said? Let me see.
yes, that was
Ditto,
good.
ditto, Sharon.
Ditto. I was
You want me
thinking,
to say it again?
no, I was
No,
thinking,
I'm
that
just
was
staying
good.
on with you about not believing it.
I'm
All right.
going to say that once again, you know, if you want to expound on your poem and finish it up some, you can also still present it another day. However, don't forget to read your poetry out loud to yourself, everybody, and revise it all the way so that it can flow and sound how you want it to reach your audience. And don't forget too, that once you really get these poems or these writings in the shape that you want them, please catalog them or compile them into your journals. This is a small journal. You can get a large journal, it's up to you. So don't, you know, write your poems into the pieces until you actually, you know, ready, until it's actually finished all
I
the
have
way.
one teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
I
You're
have shaky ground.
talking about one of the
On
poetry prompts.
one of the on shaky ground things that we had from
The
before.
poetry prompts. And what is, do you have your own title or you were
Yes,
that?
I have earthquake events.
Okay.
What it's called. Thrown against the wall, the floor shifting for all. Screams and sirens outside from falling things you can't hide. Rumbling, shaking, and crashes, starting fires that burn lives to ashes. The earthquake of events today, causing all of us to pray.
Good.
Wow. That was profound, short and profound. That was really good, Miss Vicky.
Thank you.
What was the name of it again?
Earthquake events.
Oh, earthquake events. Okay.
Yeah.
Earthquake events. Great. All right. So don't forget, too, young people, thank you so much for sharing that. And really, really profound. Just because a poem is short doesn't mean that it doesn't have a lot of content within it. So how many, I think I gave y'all 2 sets of poetry prompts before. Did anybody remember the last poetry prompts we had?
Grandma's kitchen.
No, I think that was the first set. The first set was on shaky
Anticipation.
ground, grandma's kitchen,
Oh, shaky.
and first car.
Oh yeah, an ode to your first car.
Yes.
Oh, to your first car.
Does anybody have the second set?
Yeah.
What to your first car? What did you say about the first car?
Ode to your first car.
Oh,
Right. The first. Once again, I didn't say you all had to write on these prompts. They are just to encourage you or inspire you or to give you some extra things to write about, because I want to push you all further to maybe get you to write more than you probably already have. So I had one called On Shaky Ground. It was using earthquake reference or metaphor. It doesn't even have to be an earthquake. It could be a metaphor about something dealing with shaky ground in your own expression. You do that in your writing. Grandma's kitchen was focused on a single memory or describe what you might imagine the typical grandma's kitchen to be like. Ms. Vicky shared a piece on that last week. We had first car, write an ode to your first car. So,
I have an ode to my first car.
you do? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me put you back on the spotlight. All right, go for it.
I have fun writing these because this is stuff I know.
Okay, and do you have a title for this piece?
Yes, my first car was called Sweet Lady. She really was called Sweet Lady. I first saw her on a stormy day when I was walking in the month of May. She was a beauty to
Yes,
see.
baby.
Hold on, sorry. Okay, go for it.
Sweet Lady. I first saw her on a stormy day when I was walking in the month of May. She was a beauty, to say the least. On her my eyes did feast. I was 20 and she was 10. But when I think of her, I just grin. It seems so foolish now, but not then, but not then. She was worthy to now put this pen. She was so shiny, tires and all. She came with all accessories, with seat backs so tall. I named her Sweet Lady for all to see. She was the right car just for me.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's good.
I like that.
I was in Michigan in May when I first graduated from college, and I didn't have a car, and I was walking. I had started my first job in May of that year, and that's when I saw her and I bought her.
Okay. Well, what was she?
What kind of car was it?
That's what I wanted to know too.
What kind of car was it,
A little
Vicky?
small Aston Martin.
Oh, an Aston Martin.
Little baby. I zip all over Michigan with that little car down to Chicago. It was a beauty.
I thought those cars were really expensive.
They weren't expensive when they were 10 years old.
Okay. Okay.
Miss Vicky, I wish you could see your face. You can feel the admiration you have for the car. I mean, it's on your
Yeah.
face.
You
The
do. You have such
enjoyment.
a beautiful smile. You really enjoyed that car.
That little car. She was beautiful, and she was such a treasure, and I remember her now. So, she was worthy of my pen.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, young people, the list that I'm speaking of is one was radio. You all remember that one?
Oh,
One was
write that one down.
anticipation.
Wait a minute.
What? That was last week, the ones I gave last week.
That was one of the prompts.
Yes.
I didn't even, well, I write it down now, but I didn't have it in
I
my
didn't
book.
get it.
I didn't have but 3. Okay.
Radio?
You don't have that list. The one with radio and anticipation.
Neither one of them do I have.
You told us to look up, listen to a radio station that we never normally go to,
Yes.
and write. Let me see what I say. Write our
What I want to know is what you
write
wrote.
about the message heard.
What I want to know is what you wrote for the third prompt. I had radio, anticipation, and something else. Although I'm going to look into my video from last week to check.
Well, I have anticipation. I wrote something for anticipation. I just wrote a comment about what I had heard on the radio.
Well, I'm saying, do you have my third prompt that I gave y'all? Or you don't have it?
Nom de plume.
Oh, no, that wasn't a prompt.
Oh, okay.
That was just to say, nom de plume. I was asking y'all, what did that mean? And it was pen name, P-E-N name. I was saying to you all, sometimes people give themselves an AKA or an alias or some stage name per se. You could possibly have, okay, like some of these entertainers out here, like this just an example. I would just want to call a few names like Erykah Badu, Isaac Hayes, Aretha Franklin, James Brown, Michael Jackson. These people have other aliases. Like Michael Jackson is who? The king of pop.
Oh, okay.
Who is James Brown?
Godfather of Soul.
Godfather of Soul. Who is Aretha Franklin?
Queen of Soul.
Queen of Soul. Who is Erykah Badu?
Don't know.
I don't.
Big hat.
Don't go to her show. You can wait all night.
All right. Actually,
Who is Erykah Badu? What's her pin? What's her name?
trust me, she got so many different aliases, but she calls herself she's the first lady of neo soul. Like her genre of music is called neo soul.
Okay.
She's the queen of neo soul, but she has an actual lot of. She calls herself the medulla oblongata. She calls herself cerebellum. You know, like in your brain, cerebellum, but this one is called with the female name Sarah.
Oh, okay.
Cerebellum. She calls herself the analog girl in a digital world. But she has like, sometimes in her music, she'll say, my name is analog girl in a digital world. They call me cerebellum, and like she'll just go through all her aliases, but
okay,
she has a few of them. So
Tina Turner is anime, ain't she? She's
who?
Anime?
Yeah, Tina Turner. I thought anime was her real name.
Oh, yeah, Tina Turner, but yeah, that's not an alias.
Not an alias.
Tina Turner would kind of be her stage name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also I was gonna bring out somebody like Ella Fitzgerald, the queen of scat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have some people who have an actual name like trying to think of somebody who maybe changed their name to be something else. Okay, what about, I can't even think of the guy named, Bootsy Collins. Sometimes he used to call himself the Rubber Band Man. Like different. Oh, and George Clinton.
Yeah, he was everything.
So that's just to say that if you all want to pick up some kind of pen name, you are more than welcome to do that. You might call yourself the lyricist. I don't know.
Okay.
Have something very creative, or you might just stick to your original name that you were, your given name from your parents that you were born. It's just something else to learn in this field that you can kind of go to it. Even artists, sometimes you see if an artist spray paints something on the wall, like graffiti, they have like a tag. That's called a tag, their art name, so to speak. I was gonna say Beyonce has a few aliases. Anybody know Beyonce's?
Sacha something.
Sasha, and she
Queen B.
Queen B. Yeah.
Queen B.
Yeah. So she even said to herself, her audience or her fans and people that some of the things that she does on stage, like her persona or her dance moves or her character, she really can't get into them until she taps into her
Other persona.
Other persona, Sasha.
Oh, okay.
So that's just an option, but I will definitely let y'all know what the third prompt is next week. So once again, the prompts that we have already done, I went through On Shaky Ground, Grandma's Kitchen. These are not mandatory. If you want to write on these, you're more than welcome to. First card, and I'm going to give you the before we get offline, I want to say, if you look in the chat, I gave you 3 new prompts today. Did everybody see those?
No.
Nope. There's nothing in my chat.
Nothing in my prompt.
I don't have anything either.
In my
There's
chat.
nothing in my chat.
The chat's supposed to be up on the screen for everybody to see. Hold on.
I don't see anything.
You see the chat?
I got it open, but there's nothing there.
It tells who's all involved, that's all.
Nope. Blank.
Nothing there.
Wow.
Maybe it's your private chat that you wrote it in.
No,
Yeah, Tim, it's not on. It's no chat.
I understand. Okay, well, I actually put that for everybody to see. However, y'all say y'all can't see it. So what I'm gonna do is, I guess, just read it again. The chat for today says, word up, greetings to everyone. I hope you all are feeling well, full of light, creative, and ready to write. I have my contact info, I'll say that last, but today's prompts are cold water. You don't have to title them as that, but you can refer to them, you can name them whatever you want. Cold water. What feelings do you associate with cold water? What feelings do you associate with cold water? Maybe it's a refreshing cold glass of water on a hot day. Or maybe you imagine the feelings associated with being plunged into the icy river in the winter, sorry. All right, the second prompt is called how to. How to. Write a poem on how to do something mundane most people take for granted. Write a prompt on something mundane most people take for granted, such as how to tie your shoes, or how to turn on the lamp, or how to pour a cup of coffee. The third prompt is last words. Last words. Use the last sentence from the nearest book as the inspiration for the first line of your poem. Use the last sentence from the nearest book as the inspiration for the line of your first line of your poem.
It's still not coming up as far as the chat is concerned.
Oh, I know, it's no problem. That's why I was reading it out to you all.
Okay. Seemed like I saw that somewhere at first.
We heard it earlier. She said that.
I didn't know that it wasn't in the chat.
Nope.
Yeah.
I thought a good morning, everybody.
Anybody have any questions as to if you want me to go over anything right quick?
But something mundane would be nothing extraordinary, just something every day, right?
Mundane means something that we don't think about what we do. It could be actually waking up. It could be walking. You don't think about walking. You just put your feet to the work and get to it.
Or even breathing.
Breathing, chewing. You don't be like, oh, thank God I can chew. You just go ahead and eat. Like, it's the most mundane things that, like, one thing you can think of, Miss Vicky, or everyone, is that I had this thought when I was actually putting this prompt together for you all, I was thinking about times that I have been sick in my life, or that I have had some type of injury. I've had an injury before where I could not lift my arm up and down like this. It was something going on with my shoulder. And so the doctor told me to walk my fingers up the wall every day. And even though I'm doing like this, it was so hard. I barely could. It was like I had to go very slow. So sometimes it could be a hip injury, but once you actually are put down or crutched or stifled, And that's when you really think, oh Lord, like I could barely move my leg. It's so much to your joints and different parts of your body that make everything work. And once one thing is out of whack, it's just so hard to do it. Even though I'm speaking of the body, it could be something about your memory, remembering, or I'm not really sure. It could be just simply just like breathing. Sometimes we hold our breath a lot. We don't particularly breathe. So it's just the most mundane things that we do every day and we don't think about it at all. But if we were to lose it, then that would be the most pertinent thing on our mind all the time. So that's what I'm talking about.
I have a question. Is that why you tell seniors to breathe? Because we stop breathing sometimes.
Well, I actually share that with all ages, young and older. However, children are in their developmental stage, and a lot of children are really breathing very clear and thorough and playing and at their height of like energy and that type of thing. And a lot of things that we stopped doing when we were children, we need to start doing again. However, we probably can't remember how to do it. Like one thing is get down on the floor, maybe roll around or something. But some of these things that you might think are childish, they could just be childlike. You have to keep your youth. And breathing is just something I tell everybody because breathing is second nature. We don't think about it, and especially due to the fact that I teach yoga. So thank you all for your writings again. I want to say word up, and thank you for joining me, Kimberlie Wright, once again for this class all about poetry, short stories, and spoken word. I will see you all next week. Please feel free to write on those prompts, and don't forget we are still with our lesson writing about the legacy poems. Legacy poems are supposed to be what you are writing, a message to leave to your family, friends, or the world. Some type of writing that you want to leave your words to friends, family, or the world. You can write 3 poems. A poem that you want to write to friends, legacy you want to write to your family, and a legacy you want to leave to the world. However, another way to be creative with this legacy poem is to write it in the acrostic format, ABC form, with the A, B, C, D, E going up and down the paper on each line. And from the A, you would start, after my birth, my family became so great. Then go into your B with the line, and C and D and so forth. So that's just another challenge. Enjoy yourselves. I love you. Have a wonderful and blessed day. And thank you for joining Word Up. Peace.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Jane. Bye, Kim.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Nikki.
Thank you.
Bye, Strawberry.
Y'all did a
Bye, Shanette.